Welcome back to Giant Monster Games. My name is Adrian, and we are playing some more Blue-Black Infect. And we won the die roll, and I think we can keep this opening hand. We can keep it. It's not the most amazing, but it's really land heavy. Basically, what I'm trying to say here is really land heavy. So we're gonna keep it, but I think it's either gonna bite us in the butt or it's gonna be awesome, but probably not both. I mean, usually you don't want both. Having awesome butt biting is not always the objective of life, especially when you're playing Magic the Gathering. But in this case, we're almost guaranteed not to have that. Ooh, and we're playing against a black-red deck of some sort. Interestingness. Interestingness indeed. Well, let's run down the Plague Stinger and get the Infect game plan up and running. This Distortion Stroke at this point is not really that handy because we already have an evasion creature. So yeah, I have 3 of these in this deck. The more I play this deck, the more I'm like, you know what? I kind of only want 2 of this card. I guess the reason why we play it actually is because it has well, I guess it's not bad actually. We're going to swing in. I wonder if this is the black-red burn. I'd assume if our opponent was playing black-red burn, they would have actually played some burn stuff by now, but they haven't. So it could be a variety of other things. Could be Hollow One, technically. Could be Mardu Pyromancer, which again, I feel like these things, he hasn't played any cards that would indicate that that's what he was playing yet. And I think we just run down the Phyrexian Crusader. I think Phyrexian Crusader is going to be a better bet because I'm assuming, theoretically he should have in the form of removal bolts and cycling. What is this? Whenever you discard another creature card, put a 1 counter on target creature your opponent controls. Huh. This is... Oh, it's Cascade. He's playing... what is it called? Rise is not Rise. Oh, God, I forgot the name of the card already. Living End. There we go. Living End, as it popped up on the screen. So we have a few turns. Oh, no, he's... He cascaded into it already. That's gonna be rad. At least we have a way of getting rid of this thing. That's super fun. I'm lying here. It's not super fun. Well, we gotta go like this. Get rid of this guy. I guess we could have done that on our opponent's turn, but we didn't want to run the risk of him actually potentially playing a... Well, no, I guess... yeah. I'll say we don't want to run the risk of him playing a creature because then he's going to actually put a -1/-1 counter on this guy, which definitely doesn't help us out at all. Okay. This is going to be a really hard matchup because if he does get some other good stuff like this again, if he manages to cascade into yet another Living End, it's going to be really hard. Mind you, cascading into 1 Living End means he only has 3 more in the deck. So he's probably going to be aiming to just cycle stuff into his graveyard and dig up and dig for another cascading card. Oh, unless all of his stuff is... Oh, no, sorry. He's playing the version where all the stuff he cascades, all the stuff he's playing is actually more expensive. So as soon as he draws another one of these guys, he gets 2 Living End into stuff. Yeah. Yep. So, I guess it's going to be Distortion Stroke on this guy. And then we swing in for 2 damage, and then play a second Plague Stinger, and we can hold up Apostle's Blessing to get protection, even though I'm pretty sure, like, this doesn't... Yeah. This is a put a counter on each creature. It's not protection from anything, so that's a thing that happens. Yeah, I think we're gonna risk it because we need to race our opponent down. And we're gonna, yeah, we have to risk it. That's all there is to it. We have to risk it. Risk the risk. So opponent cycling, again, more really big scary stuff. He needs another Cascade card, which will guarantee him to cascade into Living End. Scary. Scary, scary, scary times for us. So, yes. Okay. Distortion Stroke comes off of Exile with Rebound. And you shouldn't go either one of these guys. Don't matter. Both are fine. And go to combat, swinging with everything. And it's a race game. We're just racing down now. That's literally our objective, is race our opponent to the bottom. Who gets to the bottom first? Us or our opponent? Hopefully our opponent, because the bottom is where you lose. So he's searching libraries. Okay. He's just doing that in response to save time? Or is he paying? He's playing something. Yeah, how about no? How about no indeed? I would rather not you do that, because I'm not dealing damage to you. So, thanks. And protection from the green. Yeah, thanks, but no. Goodbye. Get out of here. No one likes you. The thing is, if he cascades... Oh, if he cascades, it doesn't get this back, so that's nice. And then play Blighted Agent. And so we're 2 turns away. We're 2 turns away unless we draw a pump spell this turn. So opponent's... Oh, he actually played this guy. Oh, man. Well, that's a thing that happens once in a while. Yeah. Well, we're going to hold that up as though it's pump spell. And we're literally going to swing in with everything. Because we have to attack with everything. Because this thing's about to put a -1/-1 counter on everything we do, assuming he cycles a card. Which he should. I mean, literally over half of the cards in his deck cycle cards. So, yeah. And we need to hold this up. Dang, yo, dang. So there's the cycling. These guys die. Happens. And I don't know if we can come back from this. I don't think we have any way of dealing 2 infect damage to our opponent right now. I don't know. I'm not sure how we're going to get there. I don't know. At this point, I'm not sure how we're going to get there. Fulminator Mage. I feel like our opponent is probably just going to manage to grind his way in a little bit more than we're going to be able to come back from this. Oh, Living End. You scary, scary beast, you. I haven't played against Living End in a very long time. It seems like it's lost its favor. That was the card we needed. That was the card we needed to draw last turn. But we didn't draw it. Yeah, but I haven't seen many Living End decks. At least not in paper. When I'm playing Paper Magic, which, I mean, I say I like playing Paper Magic, but I haven't played Paper Magic in, like, 4 weeks. So, yeah. But even before that, I mean, months before that, I haven't seen a Living End deck in paper in a long time. I guess it's because there's a fair amount of graveyard hate out there, because Dredge was pretty popular for a while, so people are just packing hate for Dredge, which literally is the identical hate for this deck. So, that's the thing. I think at this point we can probably concede, because I don't think there's any way for us to come back. We'll see what we draw. Mutagen Growth, not going to do it. Okay, go to game 2. Concede the game. It was close. We just didn't draw into the card we needed. Sideboarding, though, we have stuff like Tormod's Crypt. And Pithing Needle, card activated abilities of the source can't be named. That doesn't really help us at all. Doesn't help us much at all. Duress. Duress technically is not that bad, actually. Vapor Snag is mediocre at best. The spell is not really what I want to play. So I think Duress needs to come in, because we're going to aim to grab stuff out of his hand that we don't want playing. And what comes out in addition to that? A single Distortion Stroke can come out. I think Livewire Lash in this matchup is actually too slow. So I think we're going to pull all of the Livewire Lashes out. Because we need to be swinging in a little bit faster, and I don't think it's going to be fast enough for us. We could technically throw in Dispel. Not that many instant speed spells we need to be countering against our opponent here. And Hand of the Praetos seems okay, actually. I think we're gonna throw him in. We're gonna keep him in. We're gonna keep him in, and we'll see how this plays out. I couldn't put it. I mean, I could obviously put in more removal spells. What am I talking about? Victim of Night. But I don't necessarily think we want to in this matchup. We need to stop him before he starts. Not. Ugh, it's a bad hand. It's a bad opening hand. Mulligan. Ouch. Also mulligan. And sure, we'll keep it even though the first hand was better. Yes. Put on top of library. Please. So, So we kept a hand that has 0 action, but we do have our main sideboard hate card in on top of our library. So that's a thing. At least I have that going for me, right? So, yes. Okay, play this, cast it. There you go, opponent. Now you have to think twice about your living end. Yeah, that's right. I went there. Played Tormod's Crypt. I wish I had more graveyard hate. It's actually one thing, I mean, 50-50. I'm like, more graveyard hate would be nice in this deck. But it's not necessarily necessary. Yeah, we'll think about it. I'm gonna think about it. Okay, opponent plays land, ships it to our turn. We get Blighted Agent. Blighted Agent is always nice. Means we can start getting on the Infect plan right away. And then, again, shipping it to our opponent's turn. Basically, we need to fire off Tormod's Crypt when he tries to resolve Living End. Is basically what we need to do here. So he's probably going to not cycle as aggressively, because he needs to fire it off twice, essentially. He's going pretty aggressively. not unaggressive, that's for sure. Okay, I guess the thing about if even when he's doing it aggressively, he still draws cards. So there's like, not doing it doesn't really help him. Doing it a lot seems like it would help him more. And land, because we have all the land. And then go to combat, and then go to our opponent's turn. Unfortunately, I have to kind of do the 1-key nonstop against this deck, because I can't chance not firing Tormod's Crypt off in response to something, potentially. Even though I'm pretty sure the Cascade spell is... No, it is instant speed. Okay. So he will hit Living End. In response to Living End, we have to Tormod's Crypt. There you go. Have to hit the 1-key so I can make sure I trigger in time for this. I'm assuming he probably wouldn't have done it. Ooh, still Street Wraith. Oh, that's a smart one. That's a smart one. So he's still going to get something, which is nice. Is nice for our opponent. We're short on actual spells that allow us to do stuff, like win the game. So we might not do very well. Living End, if we had a good sideboard against Living End, it should be okay. But double Street Wraith. That's scary. Oh, and he had a removal spell for this guy. Why did this, I don't know how he destroyed it. I wasn't paying enough attention, and I probably... Let me back up here. Tormod's Crypt, Street Wraith. I don't see how he killed this guy. Interesting. Well, too late now. Too late now. Something... Who knows? I'm not too concerned about it. I don't think I can come back from this. Living End is just not a very good matchup against our deck, mostly because we're not fast enough. Ooh, but Flustermite might be a thing. Might just be a thing. Is it enough of a thing? That's the question. I don't think it is, but we're going to pretend that it is. We're going to pretend that it is. Yeah. Infect, lifelink, always fun. So, yes. Again, we'll see. We'll see what happens. I don't foresee anything miraculous coming out of all this, because I'm pretty sure our opponent's just going to keep going on the cycle plan. Cycle, and then try and cascading again. So, because why wouldn't they? Oh, at this point, they can just start playing their giant stuff because they have all of the lands in play, which is also an option. We have no way of blocking these things either, which is it's a thing to make note of. Swamp Walk is a keyword that does exist that no one, including myself, remembers. And I don't think we don't not lose next turn. We're swinging for 1, we'll gain 1 life back. We can give him +1, gain 2 life back. Opponent's going to do 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 damage next turn. So we actually have 2 turns, technically. Even if he decides to block here, he'll block this, go down to 2. So I think we've lost this game, which is it's fine. It's fine. It's good to see decks you don't see around very often. GG to our opponent, and that is going to be me playing against Living End and just getting my butt absolutely kicked. So yeah, until next time, my name's Adrian, this has been Giant Monster Games. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to game like a giant monster. Thanks for watching the videos here on Giant Monster Games. If you want to support the channel directly, we now have a Patreon page which you can go and become part of the broader Giant Monster Games community. Additionally, if you want to see some other awesome videos, you can click right here or right here.